In Nigeria, we need to start changing our language and our approach and our perspective to people with disabilities. A lot of conversations I hear or overhear about people with disabilities is a situation where we feel pity for them. It's some sort of feigned compassion, a compassion that doesn't translate into any meaningful support or assistance. And I don't think that's helpful.
I'm glad that IREDE is championing this cause because there are lots of talent, latent talents as some people describe it, that are deposited in persons with disability. And I've been part of an organization that says disability is not inability. So there are many areas they are endowed, but our system does not give room for people to realize their potentials to express themselves.
Before now, I usually work from home as a freelancer, as a social media manager, a graphic designer, and a writer. So coming to HEI, a full-time organization for a month, thanks to IREDE Foundation, it gave me the opportunity here at HEI to work in a team, to be able to work with deadlines, to be able to do a lot more than I thought I was capable of doing. So I had that workplace discipline instilled in me, and it made me to think myself bigger than I usually see myself. For instance, I realized that I could work on fundraising, I could work a lot more research than I'm used to, and as well as working with a team, which I'm not usually used to doing as someone who works alone from home.
Upload for resources, right?
He also conducted training for the team. He handles some key training sessions as a facilitator himself. And one of the unique selling points of his journey here is coming to the discovery while working with our project officer that there is a need to extend the first responders training to persons with disability. So it was actually a pet project that he was working on towards the end of his stay here, and his expressed willingness to take that journey further.
When we intern in a particular organization, they get to know about us. They get to know that we have things to, we have things to contribute to the growth of their organizations. So if their staff are people that are used to, have this stereotype towards persons with disabilities, by the time they work with you and they find out that you have something to offer, no matter how short you were with them, their notion or impression about people like us would definitely change.
The Disability Act states that 5% of persons with disability should be found in different organizations. But today, that is not really being implemented. And also, we have seen the things that persons with disabilities are currently going through, getting employed because of their disability and all. So this project basically is to put persons with disability in the workspace, give them that skills that they need to work and ensure that they experience what it is to work in a corporate environment.
It's not as expensive as most people think it will be. People think that they have to overhaul their entire budget to accommodate 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people with disabilities. You don't have to do that. Some of these people don't need too much to be comfortable, and they tell you up front. I mean, we've made it so far in Nigeria, as rough as it is. We don't need way too much. Just open the doors to us, provide us somewhere to sit, give us a living wage, a fair compensation for our efforts, provide us with the tools to work. We are here, and we have the spirit and the attitude.
While I was doing the internship, I was given tasks to perform. When you hear tasks, it's real life tasks, and I carried them out to the best of my ability. I was carried along in everything. As far as it's something that I should do, it was given to me. Even sometimes when I finished doing a particular task, it will be criticized, and I will go back and do it again and get it right. So it has contributed a lot to my leadership and career growth, because right now I can work anywhere. The IREDE Foundation is a very big place with facilities. So if I can work here and fit in, I can do so or replicate them in any organization I find myself. So the program, the internship was successful as far as I'm concerned.
For the last 6 weeks, I was a mentor through the IREDE Foundation mentorship program. The goals of the program were to provide guidance and support for young people with disabilities in the areas of goal setting, identifying their leadership skills, career planning, also in terms of professionalism in the workplace.
The success of this project in a whole, it's not just of the IREDE Foundation. I want to say a very big thank you to the mentors that worked with us to work with young people with disabilities. I want to say a very big thank you to the organizations where they interned. I also want to say a very, very big thank you now to ACT Foundation for believing in the project, for making us push, for helping us to think through the process of how we can make this bigger. And I also want to say a very big thank to my team for really just going out, making this happen. And now I would say we have the roadmap of how we continue to do this. Thank you.